Hi everyone, it's me, the Swedish robot. You know, I chose a shaman because I wanted to try out some rare weapons with him, such as the Blade of Eternal Darkness or Hand of Edward the Odd. The shaman, being a hybrid class, seemed like the right choice for that. So not long ago, I got my hands on the Hand of Edward the Odd. You could almost say we held hands. So anyway, for this video, I first decided that I should try and approximate the proc chance. And hint, it's quite low. And also, you only have 4 seconds to realize the proc is triggered, to choose a spell and to click the spell. You need to be ready whenever a proc comes, otherwise you might completely miss it. But anyways, I grinded away. The bigger sample you use, the more reliable results, so I did about 500 hits and counted the procs. Now, there might be some hidden mechanics to this. For example, is it a different proc chance against players? Is the chance based around a proc per minute, meaning the more attacks you spew out, the lower the chance becomes? Who knows? During 525 attacks, I got 13 procs. Meaning about 1 proc every 40 hits, or about 2.5% proc chance. For this first test I had used Wind Fury, but I now switched over to Flame Tongue to see whether the Flame Tongue damage could also proc it. So I switched over to Flame Tongue and smacked away again. I did 232 melee hits and 217 Flame Tongue hits. I got 8 procs this time. So that's either 8 over 232 or 8 over 449, meaning either 1.78% or 3.44%. Now 3.44 and 1.78 are both equally distant to 2.5, so both of them are as probable. I honestly don't know whether Flame Tongue can trigger the proc. Now, whenever the weapon does proc, you receive the focus buff. The buff itself isn't very detailed in what it does, it simply makes the next spell cast within 4 seconds instant. All the normal spells are of course casted instantly using this buff, but there are apparently a few more things that are counted as spells. For example, your Hearthstone. Clicking your Hearthstone with a focus buff active and you'll be instantly halved. This can be used in combat. It's like the shaman version of Bubble Hearth.
What brings you here?
And picking herbs. For some reason, picking a herb is counted as a spell. Or at least, if you pick it with the buff active, it's done instantly. And this one could actually be very handy. Imagine you're fighting someone over a Black Lotus. You get the buff and swoosh, the flower is instantly in your bag. And actually, while I was farming some ice caps in Winterspring, I quite often got a proc when killing a mob in the way of my herbs. Way too often, looking at it statistically. It made me think the proc grade might be based around a proc per minute, like the Paladin Seal of Command, which procs 6 times per minute. Looking at the length of my clips when I smacked away with Flame Tongue and Wind Fury, it seems that it would be about 1.2 procs per minute, but I have seen it proc almost back to back a few times, so it's at least not locked to 1.2 procs per minute. I suppose it's just random and this is how random things behave. I checked out whether mining would be casted instantly, but sadly it wasn't. I tried to see if resurrection would be casted instantly, but either I messed up or it just isn't casted instantly. And you can't rest in combat anyway, so that doesn't matter much. Campfires aren't casted instantly either. Some people claim you can instant cap the flags in Arathi Basin with a proc, and maybe that will be true. As for now, of course, there is no way to test that. So anyway, this weapon is talked about as a great shaman PvP weapon, but sadly I'm actually pretty bad at PvP and I won't show any PvP footage with it. But someone said that the best thing in PvP is to be unpredictable, and the proc will often even surprise yourself. An instant max rank heal or a fat lightning bolt out of nowhere, both are pretty nice. I bought this weapon for 500 gold. I saw it sell for 400 gold once, and I think that is about its true value. But like I said earlier, I'm not a great PvPer, and it might be that this weapon is really strong in some situations. It could definitely save your life now and then. I enjoy hitting mobs with this weapon whenever I'm healing a dungeon, and sometimes the proc comes in handy. If you have the gold to spare, then go ahead and grab it. It's a very rare world drop, and there is no reliable way to farm it. The best option is just to farm the gold and buy it off the auction house. As for enchants, I will slam a lifesteal on it whenever I find someone with that enchant. And until then, a fire enchant will have to do. I hope you found this interesting. Like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you've ever had a conscious thought.